Well, hello there. Good morning. How are you doing? It's currently morning right now where I am. So I don't know what time you're watching this. It's probably a different time of day on your side, but I hope your day is going great. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome to yet another vlog. If you're seeing me for the first time, hi there, welcome. My name is Emily and I'm a Ugandan content creator. I do a lot of lifestyle content. If that is something you are into, then definitely subscribe and become a part of this family. But I'm so glad to see you guys. We are starting this vlog on my day off. I think the vlog might actually end today. I don't know. Let me not get ahead of myself. It will depend on what I have to show you guys and what I have to do. I thought of doing like a get ready with me or like a day in my life kind of video, but I don't know. My day, I don't have anything big planned for the day. So I guess we're just going to handle everything as it comes and we'll see if yeah, is a video enough or I need to add some more um things from a different day. So I wanted to give you guys an update on the apartment. There is no update literally from where we left off. I haven't done a single thing. I've had a really busy week and I haven't even finished unpacking fully, right? And there's a few items that I had in my previous apartment that I want to let go. So I'm still trying to figure out if I should sell them or I should maybe give them out. I don't know. They are shelves. Well, I'm going to show you guys what I mean. But yeah, the living room is still a huge mess. It's actually more of a mess now than the time I walked in because at least then everything was in boxes and like put somewhere, put together. Now everything is just all over the place. I've tried to empty as many boxes as I can. I think I'm only left with one box, yeah, and then my suitcase, one of my suitcases is still in the living room. It has a lot of things that I want to sort and take out what I need and what I don't need. Yeah, that's why I left it there for now. But at least my bedroom is functional. I mean, well, the other thing that I wanted to discuss with you guys about the living room, the house is painted cream. I showed you guys the initial video of the house before I did anything with it. So I had my bedroom changed to white walls, right? And I've been trying to like envision the living room with cream walls because I thought I could just leave it, with the cream feel and everything. But I think it's just not sitting well with me. I don't know. I have tried to fall in love with the cream walls. I've actually been talking to Gemini about how best I can design the room to fit the aesthetic that I want. And to be honest, it's just not, well, it has given me a bunch of ideas, but even then, I feel like there's still a lot of work I'm going to have to do with that living room. Even if I'm to like maintain the cream walls, I have a lot to do when it comes to decorating the space and making sure I feel good about the space. Because for me, that's what's important. It's how I feel when I walk into that living room. It's not just about what anyone thinks and all, it's about how I feel in my own space. So I'm going to try and do everything I can to make sure it's exactly how I want it to be. And that being said, we might have to change the color of the walls to white. I'm still not decided about that. I'm still having second thoughts about it, but I may have to change the walls to white. Yeah, because I don't have a couch in there yet. And I only have two color options when it comes to a couch. I don't care what anyone thinks. For me, if the couch is not warm beige, it has to be burnt orange. That's just it. I have people around me that have been telling me to go with all sorts of different colors. Oh, this would look good with cream. This would look good with cream. And even when I know the burnt orange would actually slap with the cream, my issue now is the kitchen is an open kitchen, right? And the colors in the kitchen, well, we do have kitchen cabinets that are more the same color as my bedroom wardrobe. That's the color of the kitchen cabinets, right? And then we have cream on the walls, of course, up just above the kitchen cabinets, and in the sides where the fridge sits, that's cream. And then we have a black countertop, a black kitchen countertop with I think white tiles on the lower cabinetry. The walls on the lower cabinetry have a bit of white tiling on them. And then you know that space that's between the countertop and the kitchen cabinets up, that wall, it also has white tiles on it. So there's a bit of a color situation going on in the kitchen. And to be honest, for the picture of the living room that I have in my mind, I don't know if I want to maintain the color of the cabinets. I may have to change it to fit the aesthetic that I'm trying to go into. So for now, I'm just trying to empty that room. I want to take out all the things that are in there and have an empty living room, so I know exactly how to work with it. And I'll have to figure out if I want to change the paint or do that later, because I feel like if the paint has to be changed, then I'm going to have to do that before I bring in the couch, which I'm hoping the couch will come in next week. So that means I only have a few days, well, maybe a week at most, to like take everything out of that room and have like a plain empty room, because I feel like the painting is much easier before the furniture comes in. I don't want the paint messing up anything. So I'll make a decision on that and then see how best to go forward. Of course, I'll be updating you guys. If we're keeping the cream walls, you guys will see it. If we're going for white walls, I'll still show you guys the process. The other thing I wanted to tell you guys about. So before I moved in, I forgot to tell you guys in my previous video. Before I moved in, I had some internet service providers come over to install the Wi-Fi, the home Wi-Fi, and I went with Savannah Fiber, right? In my previous unit, I don't remember what the provider was because I was literally paying to an individual. Well, when the building was completed, I guess someone came and maybe talked to the landlord or something, and then they installed routers in every single unit. So when you come in, all you have to do is pay, and then they'll activate the internet for you. So that was the situation then. I do not know who the provider was, but the internet was horrible. It was terrible to the point that sometimes the Wi Fi would go off like in the morning. The router is on, you can scan and see it, but there's no internet. And then you'd go like a whole day, 2 days, 3 days without internet. And every time I would call this particular person that we used to make the payments to, they would always be like, "Oh, we don't have power on our side. That is why it's affecting your internet." And I was like, okay, that's weird, really weird. But, anyways, it's like they always had a power problem. It was either on our building or their end. Well, there was always something. I don't remember for the time I lived in that house, I don't remember having Wi Fi connection for a full week straight. I don't remember that. It was always on and off, on and off, on and off. So when I had Savannah Fiber installed, I don't know, maybe my expectations were a bit too low depending on the experience that I'd had in my previous unit. But I actually love how good and stable this internet is. When I tell you guys, it hasn't gone off a single day since I moved in. We've been here for, well, I think a week and a half, something like that. But I haven't lost connection, not a single time. I'm talking 24 hours. I'm someone that, first of all, I sleep late. Like when I'm around, I sleep really late. I'm talking midnight, 1 a.m. And then I wake up around 5:36 a.m. And that entire time, even when I wake up in the middle of the night, maybe I'm having a bit of an insomnia episode, I will still check my phone, probably check if I have any messages or anything, because I mean, I run an online business. So part of that requires me to be online almost all the time. So for the time that I've been using it, when I tell you guys, this internet is fast. Their internet is fast and it's very, very stable. I have not lost connection. in this entire time. Or I don't know how things are going to be going forward, but I'm very happy about the service so far. Very, very happy. And the fact that when I contacted them, the initially when I wanted the them to come and do the installation, everything was just swift. Like they literally asked me for a day that I'll be here, because by then I hadn't moved into the apartment. They asked me for a day that I'll be around, and I gave them a day, and we made an appointment for that day. They were here on time. They installed everything, and everything was like, by the time I left in the evening, everything was done. And then I think the activation process was the one that went into the next day, because by the time they finished, I think I made the payment that day. And then there was someone that was supposed to do the connection at their office, I guess. And it was really late. I had somewhere to be. I was in a bit of a rush, so I was like, you know what, we'll just do the installation tomorrow. So the next day, they activated the internet. I had to give them a username and password and all that, and everything was just activated. And the fact that their internet is really fast, I love that. I love that. Like, I don't want to be uploading videos maybe to YouTube or to Instagram, and I have to literally put the phone down, let it upload, go away for maybe 1 or 2 hours before it actually uploads. I do not like that. I suffered with the internet in my previous apartment, but this internet is actually really fast. And I love that. The fact that I can upload a YouTube video in minutes, it means a lot to me. That is not something I was used to. Like, even when I'm just using my mobile data, which mostly I used to use MTN, even when I'm just using my MTN data, it takes a very long time to upload, like say 20-30 minutes video to YouTube. It takes a lot. I used to do the uploads overnight. Like, when I'm going to sleep, I put the I upload the video and I just put the phone down and sleep. And I would wake up in the morning when it has uploaded. Like, because if I was to do it during the day, I would have to not be actively using the phone for maybe an hour or two, which I do not have. That time I do not have. I'm someone that is always with my phone. And I don't like that. For some reason, when I put the phone down or when the phone is locked, the upload is actually slower. I don't get that. I don't understand why that even happens. But yeah, I'm really glad about the Wi Fi. And I cannot wait to show you guys what I'm going to do with the living room. I'm really excited about that space, because I've already started stalking like different people that sell different things that I find really cute. And I'm like, the moment the whole painting thing is done and the couch is in, I cannot wait to start doing all sorts of things to that place, because it's really exciting. Because I think I told you guys, in my previous apartment, I did not have a living room. I had a living room, right? I lived in a one bedroom unit, but my living room was basically the shop, because I didn't have enough space to like keep all the things that I use for my business. So all the stock and everything. That's why I had to buy the shelves I told you guys I'm letting go, because I needed space to like keep those things and making sure they're okay, like they're safe wherever they are. So in this house, that is not something I ever have to worry about. I have space. Like, okay, maybe in the future, I don't know, the business might get a lot bigger and I have too much stock. But yeah, that is not something I have to worry about here. Like, I literally fit everything in the guest bedroom, in the wardrobe in the guest bedroom, and everything is just sitting there pretty. Like, there's even a bunch of space left. Like, it's crazy. And now I have a whole living room to myself, an empty room that I can design however way I want. Ah, the vision that I have for that living room, the things that I want to do in that living room. Like, I cannot wait for the movie nights. Eh, it's going to be beautiful. I'm really excited. That's why I'm taking my time with the whole decorating it process, because I want to have an empty, like I said, I want to have an empty room, empty space, start from scratch. And I want everything to be done with intention, because I don't want to have to change up things as I go. Like, if something is done, I want it to be done perfectly. I want it to be done well. If I'm buying a certain piece, I want to buy a piece that I feel I can live with for maybe a couple of years to come. Even when I'm someone that loves to change up things a lot, I want to try and buy pieces that speak to me, pieces that I look at and I'm like, I'm not letting this go. That's the kind of feel I want to create for the living room. And I'm really excited, like, to be able to lounge and ah. Anyways, I'm talking too much. I am about to go have some breakfast. Well, oh, I have some leftover chicken wings. I ordered some chicken wings yesterday and I have some leftover, so I think I'm going to have that. And tea. Well, let me show you guys something. There's this tea that I actually really, really love. Hold on. I need to turn off the heat. Well, don't mind the messy living room. I'm going to show you guys the shelves in a bit. But I wanted to show you guys something. Oh my god. Let me just position this one. Right. I wanted to set this up and like clip the mic thingy so I don't have to like hold it. So I wanted to show you guys a few things. Well, first, let me tell you guys something. So, growing up in my father's house, I remember we used to take tea, but tea was never just plain tea, right? It was a spiced kind of tea with, all the aromas and everything. And I loved taking tea. But when I grew up and went to boarding school, the tea they would give us in boarding school was basically just plain water and majani, normal tea leaves. And I hated tea. It always just felt like water with sugar added and a little bit of something to make color. And I hated tea. I hadn't taken tea in a very long time until, well, when I was in my previous apartment, something just hit me and I'm like, I really miss the aroma that the tea at home has. Like, when I go home, it's never just plain tea. I actually take tea when I go to my mother's house because it's never plain tea. You can always tell the boys there, like, get me some chisubi, get me tangauzi, get me mudalasini. Like, there's, okay, well, I'm speaking a lot of Luganda, but basically, in the village, we take a lot of lemongrass, a lot of cinnamon, a lot of ginger. Like, the tea is just not plain tea, right? So when I go to my mother's house, I actually take the tea. But when I'm alone, it's more of a hassle because I'm like, I have to find all those ingredients and like in their natural flavored form for me to be able to take the tea. So I just quit the whole tea situation. And for the longest, I hadn't made tea in my house, like, at all. Until, well, recently in my previous apartment, I did not show you guys that. I one time went to Chinatown and I found these ingredients. Like, I don't know what I was thinking, but I just did not expect to, like, well, with Chisubi, I see it a lot. But the thing is, I never want to take it alone. I don't want just one ingredient in a cup of water. I want the whole spice mix situation. So I always used to see Chisubi with vendors and all, but I wanted like the whole feel. I wanted everything in just one cup. So when I went to Chinatown, I saw these things and I was like, oh, so I don't have to actually go to the market to get these things. I could just get the tins and be having my tea the way I like it. And I was excited. I got, I think there's another brand. I think it was called Melvin's Tea. Let me see if it's this. Oh, yes, I do have their lemon bags right here. So I got them in this brand, Melvin's. Oh, I think the ginger, Yeah, the ginger was Melvin's, and then I had chamomile and a lot of other things, which got done. Yeah. So now, when I came this side, I took a walk around my neighborhood, and there's a supermarket like close by. I was like, let me just go and see if I can pick up a few things because I needed some things for the house. So I went to the supermarket, and to my surprise, when I went to the tea section, the spice section, look, oh, they had all these things that I've been looking for. So they had cinnamon, and then I also got my chisui, which is lemongrass. And well, in Uganda, we don't even call cinnamon cinnamon. We call it mudalasin. So when I'm looking for this, I'm literally looking for mudalasin. And you see how they even put the English name and they put the Luganda name for you, like you know exactly what you're taking. And then I got some cloves. These are a staple in my house. I always have cloves. And then I showed you this. We got some lemon. These are tea bags. Like this. This is what it looks like. Yeah. So it says black tea and lemon extract. I think this is a Kenyan brand. I love their tea. It just tastes really natural kind of flavor. And then I got another one. This is hibiscus, and this is the brand. Yeah, I think it's also a Kenyan brand, if I'm not mistaken. The name sounds more of a Kiswahili name. So these are also bags. Yeah, it's made in Kenya. I just saw it here. That so these are bags. I literally just put these in a cup. But the whole style of the situation is all these ingredients. Like I mix everything in the kettle. Like when I'm boiling tea, I make sure I put the lemongrass, I put the cinnamon, I put the cloves, I put the ginger because I have ginger, the fresh ginger, and I also have what is it? I also have the ground that the powdered ginger, right? That's so I do not run out on any of them. I make sure I get as much as I need because I don't want to have to. I want to take tea, but I can't because this specific ingredient is not around. That is something that really excites me. These days, I love to take tea because it's like a whole spicy, kind of situation. And the fact that I'm actually detoxing my body, I'm putting healthy ingredients in my body at the same time having tea. I mean, why not? Right? So, I do have our leftover chicken wings. I didn't put this in the fridge. I intended that. I just didn't want the whole very cold situation in the morning. And I felt like there was no need for me to refrigerate them, honestly, because I got them at night and I knew I was going to have them for breakfast. So it was like, I don't need to put it in the fridge. So I'm going to make my tea now and yeah, I'll see you guys after that.